You suck!
Apa kabar, ni hao, and hello everyone. In this video, I will be talking about SPM English Paper 1 Section B, Continuous Writing. This video will be very beneficial, so watch till the end. This video mainly touches on what types of essay they are, which one you should write, and how do you write them properly. I will not be touching anything about vocabularies, nor will I be touching about sentences structures. Those will be in another video, so if you want more in-depth videos about them, please subscribe, like this video, and share with all your friends, and also leave down in the comment section below what suggestions or what do you want me to teach you guys next. So without further ado, basically I got A+ for my Bahasa English, and for the 1119 GCEO I got 1A. And excitingly today we actually have a very special guest with me, so drum roll guys. Ta-da! This is the special guest, and it is my very actual paper for my English SPM Paper 1. As you guys can see, it writes Sijil Pelajaran Malaysia Bahasa Inggeris November-Disember 2017, and let's open it up. This is the real paper that was with me in the exam hall. So yeah, we'll be discussing this today, and I'll discuss about how I actually got A+. Yeah, we will be discussing only the section B of my paper, and in this section generally you have a few types of essay that you can write, namely argumentative, descriptive, factual, and also narrative. And yeah, now let's take a look at the questions for my paper. Okay, so number one, if you had the opportunity to move to another part of Malaysia, where would you choose to live? Explain your choice. Number two, write a story in which you had to keep a friend's secret. In your story, give details of the secret and explain why it was important to keep that secret. Number three, the Malaysian tradition of having open houses is important and should be practiced more. Do you agree? Give reasons to support your view. Number four, write a story of a small town girl who worked hard to become a successful chef. Begin your story with, she had used the last of her savings to get to the cooking competition in the big city, and ... And number five, describe the first time you went on a camping trip. You should write about the activities at the camp and explain how you felt about the experience. So of all the topics that I read out earlier, you can see the typing of the types of the topics. Number one, I'm not sure what it is, but number two, I think it's a narrative type, which is story type. Number three, it's argumentative type. Number four, it is also narrative type, which is a story. And number five, it is also a story, but it's a descriptive type. So of all these types that I mentioned earlier, it doesn't matter which type it is, but make sure it is story based. Okay, so of all these five questions, these five topics, I would not recommend you to write either the first one nor the third one, because it is not story based writing. So you might be wondering, why do I keep emphasizing on story based essays, right? Well, just think of this, guys. If you were the examiner and you have to go through this big pile of essays, would you A, rather read an one-of-a-kind interesting story, or B, read an essay that everyone will be writing the same points? For instances, number three, everyone will be literally writing the same point about how having an open house is important, and that is because open houses unites the people. Literally everyone will be writing the same point. So clearly you will obviously want to read the one that is one of a kind and interesting, right? That is the sole reason on why I recommend you to write story-based writing, because it is unpredictable and will definitely make the examiner more interested in your paper rather than a predictable factual essay where everyone will be literally writing the same point. Dull and boring, right? How do I actually write a story? Should I wait until the real exam date when the topics came out? Only then I figure out on the spot what kind of story I want to write, what is the plot? No, no, and no. This is not the way it goes, guys. You might go blank on that day and have literally no idea what to write. So it is very, very risky. Here comes the important part. Number 2. Please, please, please pre-plan your plots. Basically, a few weeks before your exams, you should already be brainstorming ideas or general overview of your story, the plot of your story, and prepare them, write them down before the exam even starts. However, here comes another problem. How do you actually write a plot? What kind of stories do you actually want to write, right? You might be asking that yourself. Well, the answer is quite easy actually. The internet. I've sourced some link in the description bar below that I personally use for plot ideas during my SPM, and you guys can check them out. Bear in mind, guys, whenever you do a plot, whenever you write a story, do include a plot twist to it, so it will be more interesting and leave a better impression to the examiner, which will ultimately increase your scores. But after sharing so much information, you might be lost, you might not know what am I talking about, but it's okay, because now I will share with you guys the very, very, very actual story that I wrote during my SPM that got me the A+. For my actual SPM, I wrote number 4, write the story of a small town girl who worked hard to become a successful chef. Begin your story with da 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 da, and for this story I actually wrote a plot twist to it. So this is how it goes. If the story does ring a bell, it is actually inspired by the movie Ratatouille. So actually, you guys can see that making a plot is not a hard thing. You can get a lot of ideas from Disney movies, from reading novels, and actually just copy the plots. That's what I did. So it's not that hard actually to write a story. As a recap, firstly, do story-based writings. Number 2, pre-plan your stories. And number 3, remember to have a plot twist in your stories. You guys can share with all of your friends, because during my time, no one ever taught me any of this. I figured it out myself, so I really hope I can help every one of you out there. So please, please, please share with your friends. Trust me, this story thing definitely works. Just find a good story, be creative, plan early. Yeah, nothing is impossible. If you have any questions, leave it down in the comment section below. I will be making a lot more SPM related content, so yeah, all the best for your SPM. It's not that hard lah, tak susah pun sebenarnya, senang je. So yeah, all the best guys.